I hear it's big money. I know he's got a stack of them. He said they were worth some money.
And we should be live, everybody. So,
There
there we go. Hello, YouTube coin community. It's me, Robert with Cointalk, or as a lot of people like to call me, Grumpy. How you doing, Pollywoggy? Wow, new name there, Pollyboo. Nice name. Okay, then we got, let's see here, Ronald Harris. Oh, there's Brad, but I know that. Okay, guys, here's the deal. We're going to take and hope y'all had a wonderful week. I am going to take, and first thing we're going to do is we're going to go look at, or we're going to do a review of all the coin shows out there that are coming your way. So let's first go to David, and we'll get that result first. So here we go, David, take it away.
Good afternoon, everyone. Hope you're doing well. Robert, I am going to share my screen. We're gonna do this right here. Can you see it?
I can.
We can now. There you go.
There you go. There you go. Shout out to CoinZip. If you folks ever want to know where a coin show is taking place, go to coinzip.com. They have a complete list. I thought you might like to view this list as I read it. There's 20 different shows going on this week. So two of them have already started today. February 6th through February 8th, the Charlotte Coin Club 55th Annual 2-Day Convention in Charlotte, North Carolina. On February 6th, which is today, through February 9th, the Collectorama Show 2025 in Lakeland, Florida. On February 7th and 8th, Sacramento Coin Show in Sacramento, California. There you go, Frankie. February 7th and 8th, Vicksburg Coin Show, Vicksburg, Mississippi. February 7th and 8th, Houston February Coin Show, Houston, Texas. February 7th and 8th, Virginia Beach Coin Show, Virginia Beach, Virginia. February 7th through the 9th, St. Louis Numismatic Association 60th Annual Greater America Coin Fair. There's a mouthful. St. Louis, Missouri. February 8th, Seminole Coin and Watch Show. Apparently people collect watches. I didn't know that. Seminole, Florida. February 8th, Baltimore Stamp and Coin Show, Timonium, Maryland. February 8th, Grand Rapids Area Coin Show, Granville, Michigan. February 8th, Cleveland Coin Expo, Broadview Heights, Ohio. February 9th, Camelback Collectibles Coin Show, Phoenix, Arizona. February 9th, Van Nuys Coin Show, Van Nuys.
Any cookies?
I'm sorry, California. Another one for you, Frankie. February 9th, Orange Coin and Sport Card Show, Orange, Connecticut. February 9th, Greater Atlanta Coin Show, Marietta, Georgia. February 9th, the Greater Worcester Coin Show, Auburn, Massachusetts. February 9th, Birmingham Bloomfield Coin Show, Commerce, Michigan. February 9th, North Metro Coin Show, Maple Grove, Minnesota. February 9th, Melville Coin Stamp and Collectible Show, Melville, New York. And last but not least, February 9th, Montco Coin Show in Telford, Pennsylvania. And as long as we're here, I'll give you some spot prices. Gold is currently at $28.54, down $12. Boy, I'm sure glad I bought all of Frank Mon's gold rings at $1,500 an ounce. I'm glad I did that. Silver
Right
is
on, David.
silver is at $32.20, down 5 cents. Platinum is at $984, up $3. Palladium is $9.58, down $17, and rhodium is flat at $45.50 per ounce. And Robert, I'm going to kick her back your way.
Okay, David. There we go, guys. Yeah, we will take, and later we are going to do. B will be doing a discussion later on, and so will Brad. But we're going to open it up right now for a little bit of discussion. If anybody's interested, if you
I'm
guys
trying
have
to
a
get my
question,
chat out. My chat is like, is there anybody in the chat? Because I can't see it. I mean, I popped it out. You know how you go chat, pop out? I can't. There's nobody in it. So I'm trying to get.
Yeah, there's a bunch of people in it. Are you on private or regular comments, B?
I'm
go
talking
to
about
live.
the live chat. Yeah. And it's
Okay.
not,
Yeah, there's a lot of people there.
I'm
We've
gonna
been
see what's
chatting.
going on. Dang it.
Yeah, I can see Frank Mons, Lisa Anderson.
man.
Let's see, Bill 457,
see, it's not
Brad
showing me.
Flordelina,
I must have popped out
Shadrack's
the
in
wrong
there,
chat.
Polly DeWagali. Huh?
I must have popped out the wrong chat. I'm gonna find out real quick.
There you go. Yeah, you can change over and
Let
pop
me
it
go.
out. Hey, Brad, what do
Trying
you
to
think
get my
about?
tech support.
Yeah,
right
there you go.
I'll be right back. I don't know what's going on.
Okay, Brad, what do you think about these lovely, lovely metal prices?
Well, what am I supposed to think? I'm happy. It looks like I'm well in the green.
Well, and other subjects here.
I'm well in the green here, baby.
Yeah, we set 3 records this week, I think, for gold.
Almost every day it seems like we set a new record. Today's the first day I've seen it down a little.
Mhm.
I thought we was going to make it to 29 for a second there.
Speaking of records, it was, I was in the MRI machine earlier today, and one of the last songs they played was The Animals. We got to get out of this place.
Ah.
Yeah, I
That
told
sounds like
the
a great
girl
one.
she didn't get it.
Oh. I think that'd be a great one there.
Oh yeah, but Bill 457 is tired of tariffs. I have a tariff on gold and silver right now.
You know, that was funny. I'm tired of tariffs. Yeah, that lasted. You know what? I think somebody. What do they call it? Oh God, what's the word here? I'm trying to think. Whenever somebody comes in and they're just yanking your chain, they're not really serious. What do they call that these days?
Our president.
Well, okay, yeah, but there's a good word for it, and I'm trying to remember what it's called.
I can't say that in front of ladies.
No, let's see here. Man, these young kids, I know they know it. I just can't remember what the word is called.
What happens when you get old?
No, I just can't. Those new words. I always coming up with new words and stuff.
Dave keeps saying gaslighting.
Gaslighting. That's it. Thank you, Dave. Yes, that's what it is. President Trump, I think, is just doing nothing but gaslighting.
He's not on right now, Dave.
Where he says one thing. I mean, he's talking about these tariffs, and there, I think he was just gaslighting Mexico and Canada, and it's like, okay, just like that Gaza thing. I think it's just gaslighting, but I don't know. I mean,
I'm boycotting Canadian maple syrup.
I should roll
Bard
my
better than Brad. Okay.
Yeah.
Polly says Bard better than Brad.
I have a bard to tell you later today. So you will be getting a bard from Brad.
There you go, Brad. Bill 457 says tired of the whole thing. Trump is making it fascism.
What does bard from Brad mean?
I don't know.
What does that mean, Brad?
Do you know what a bard is? Like Shakespeare was a bard, a storyteller.
Oh, I thought you said
Hmm.
Bard, Barred.
No,
Okay.
no, you're
right.
so used to people saying bored when you're speaking, but
No, I can't hear, Brad. And
What?
It's probably a good thing sometimes.
huh?
Huh? Huh? I've heard all the jokes.
Shaddy's boycotting Canadian Maple Leafs. I think I'll do that
Minute
too.
on Thursdays. Just minute on Thursdays. Come on.
Okay.
You're as bad as the government. You only use part of it to get it wrong.
Oh well.
Yes.
For those of you that are interested, I heard from our blonde airhead earlier today. She is, and that wasn't you, B. It was the other one. Nick is on her way to the optometrist. They're expecting a bad storm, so she left a day early to make sure that she could get there in Boston on time for her next checkup. So she wishes us luck, and we wish her luck.
Yes, definitely. And by the way, B, just as an FYI, sweetheart, you have got yourself muted. Okay, just letting you know in case. But let's see.
It's
Well,
probably a good
Shadrach
thing.
says he's not buying maples on Thursdays, and Frank says I'm only buying maples that were made on Thursdays. All right, there you go. B says she's finally in the game here. Welcome, 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 B. Okay.
Yes, it worked, B. It worked.
Okay, so what I had it on the tomorrow's live deal. You know what I mean? I had
Yeah.
it on
No,
the
we don't.
wrong YouTube page.
Oh,
You were just writing into the future.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, speaking of the future, Michael J. Fox turns 63 today. Back to the Future, you know that
Yeah.
movie? Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, you don't care.
I wanted to be Michael J. Fox when he what? Oh damn. What was the other sitcom
It's
he
just
was on with?
trivia. I like trivia.
Family Tie. That's right. What part did he play?
Marty
there we go.
McFly.
Alex P. Keaton on Family Ties.
Yeah.
I have the world's best TV movie trivia person here with me. So
And then who did he play? He played Marty McFly.
no, Alex P. Keaton.
Then Back to the Future.
He's talking two different things there, B, so pay attention.
No, I know what he's talking about. He's talking about the TV show.
Right.
Very good.
Yeah, I'm paying attention. Well, what was his sister's name on the show, Brad?
Mallory.
He got it right. I can't believe he got it right. Good job, Brad.
After coming out of the MRI tube today, I also told one of the women, I said, I know exactly what Charlton Heston felt like in Planet of the Apes. And the poor girl there didn't know who Charlton Heston was.
She didn't know who, and she didn't know what Planet of the Apes were either. I'm sure.
Okay.
Well, no, there's a new one, so she
there's a new one.
didn't know about
yeah.
the original's the best.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a question, guys. Let's do. I need to write this down. Hold on.
Lord! No, we can't do that, Robert.
Yeah, we can.
No, the greatest prognosticator is not here today. We have to wait until she's back. I know what you're doing.
Would you call her the great what?
A bit late there, Cupcake. They're having the Super Bowl before then. I want to find out everyone's pick on the Super Bowl.
The Stupid Bowl. I thought you were gonna do
Stupid Bowl.
end of
That's
year.
what you get for thinking, Brad. Okay, we got the Eagles.
Glad RJ's
Oh,
not.
how do we spell that again? What did Philadelphia Mayor ELGLES or something like that?
The Philadelphia.
I
Don't know how to spell the Eagles.
Robert, I
What?
absolutely know who's going to win.
Okay, you got Eagles
Well,
and
it's fixed
Kansas.
anyway, so
The team that
winning?
scores the most points.
Well, you know
Good,
what,
Brad.
give him a bone, everybody. Brad has got the right numbers at least. Okay. Eagles, and here's what we're going to do.
Are you going to give points?
That's what I want to do. Well, we ain't giving no points, no. What we're going to do, though, is I want you to figure out the points that you think it's going to end at. So if you think it's going to be the Eagles win by, say 27-21, then that's what you're going to say. So I want to do the whole thing. So, okay, go ahead, D. You get to be the first one.
Me, they're going to win by 3 points.
Who's they?
It's the Eagles, and who's playing?
Eagles against Kansas City.
The Chefs.
Oh, let's go with the Eagles.
The Chefs.
What do you think the score is going to be?
3 more. They're going to have 3 more points than the other one.
Don't do that. You got to give me in numbers.
Oh, I don't know. Then I have no idea. Go to somebody else. Then I have no idea.
Okay.
I haven't
Dave,
been following sports.
Huh?
I haven't been following any of it. Go ahead, David, please.
Fly, Eagles fly, 27-24.
Oh, okay. I see what you did. Okay.
That's okay.
I can come up with something now.
Okay, go ahead, B, if you got it.
I would go how about 34-37, 37 Eagles.
Okay, 37-34. Okay, Brad.
That's usually what it is.
I don't know. I'm kind of thinking about 2-0.
It's not soccer.
Safety.
I can put it. No, don't worry about it. If that's what he wants, I'll put it down.
But okay, let me think. 7, 14,
Nick is going to have a good. She's
21,
good with football.
27,
Nick is going to have some
27,
good.
24.
Where are you, Nick?
30-27 Chefs.
Ooh.
Okay, 30 to
They are
27. The
Kansas
Chiefs.
City.
And you
No,
know
the
what,
Chefs.
Brad?
He said chefs, and there's
I
a
know.
reason he
That's okay.
reason he
You can
did it
have a
too.
chef. I don't mind. I know what he means, so I'm going to go with that.
Okay.
Oh, Shaddy. Oh, go to 318. Shaddy's got a perfect one there.
It won't be
Come
called
on.
because Taylor Swift breaks it out. It's pretty funny, Shad. It's pretty funny, buddy.
Well, Shadrach, you
Is she
might be
doing the
right about that.
halftime? She's doing the halftime, right? Okay.
You know what? I took in
Hi,
Shadrach.
Bill.
I
Bill and
watch
Frank.
Value Entertainment, and Vinny, he says that he thinks KC's going to win because, and I'm going to try. Vinny, don't get mad if you happen to be watching this, but I'm going to try. I'll come. It's paraphrased. It's not going to be a quote. He says that he thinks Kansas City's going to win because the mainstream media and Taylor Swift and Big Pharma has dumped so much money into it that it's going to be Kansas City.
Hey, the fix is in. Kansas City's going to win. You know, they want Taylor Swift standing on the NFL logo, kissing Kelsey after he catches the game-winning touchdown pass with 2 seconds left in the game.
But that's not the major reason. They want a three-peat. They said it would be the first three-peat there is. If it happens.
And if there's a three-peat, who's going to earn the most money off of it?
NFL?
No.
There you go.
No.
NFL, AFL.
No.
Well, ain't going to be Taylor Swift.
No. Which individual person is going to earn the most money off of three-peat?
Most probably the quarterback.
Nope.
Owner?
Owner of the Chiefs.
Yes.
Nope.
The sponsors of the people.
Yeah, the sponsors.
Probably Big Pharma. They're the ones who's investing it.
Okay, Brad, we give up. We give up.
Advertising people.
Rick Pitino. Rick Pitino copyrighted three-peat back when the Los Angeles Lakers were going to possibly three-peat. He owns the right. So if they want to put three-peat on a T-shirt, on a hat, on anything, they got to pay Ricky.
Oh.
What a weenie. I don't think it's going to
I
happen.
think somebody needs to look up that law because that's hard to take into copyright a saying.
I don't think it's going to happen.
I don't think it's possible.
Yeah.
I mean, I could be wrong.
It's
Somebody
fixed,
out there in the
guys.
chat, look it up. I don't know.
It's so fixed. Anyway,
Okay.
I
Now-
used to think it wasn't, but in the past few years, I'm changing my mind. I think it's totally fixed. Yeah.
Okay.
Sad.
I'm picking. and
Yeah.
I'm
What are
going-
you going to do? Let's hear what you're going to do,
That's
Robert.
what I'm saying. I am going against the conspiracy. I'm going against the three-peat, and I say I'm going by defense, offense stats. Now, the only thing that concerns me is neither team seems to be able to stop a run, and they got a damn good running back in the game. So
I'll bet you Taylor Swift wears something red.
I haven't watched any of it, so I was just.
oh
told.
man, I don't know because she's been wearing red an awful lot.
I'm glad RJ's not doing it. He usually does fantasy football.
I'm gonna call it.
Good at it. I'm even better. You guys are lucky I'm not paying attention. Yeah, I was betting with my dad when I was like 10 years old. I started betting with my dad on games, and we'd bet like 10 cents, 25 cents, because you used to be able to buy a candy bar for that.
So that's
I'm
how
gonna make it-
you developed your gambling habit.
No, well, yeah. And on sports, not other stuff, just sports. Yeah. I'm actually a pretty good gambler, Brad. You have no idea.
Robert, what you got there, sir?
You
I'm
know,
gonna put my score. I was just waiting for him to
You know
stop,
who-
David.
hey,
I'm
B,
I'm picking the Eagles 31, KC 28.
B,
Good, Robert, because I picked the Eagles too.
hey, B, you know who's not a good bettor?
Listening.
Nick,
Oh,
I knew he was gonna say that.
I remember that. I remember that.
I think Frank
You
is
know
on
what?
something.
Ohio State is good, though.
Frank,
They always
Frank,
are.
at,
They have quality. Ohio State always has quality. I'm sorry. You know,
Frank at 220. I think he's on it.
he's selling silver chief coins.
Well,
Right on, Frank.
I don't think there'd be a big market in Kentucky or Ohio for those, so we probably won't be doing that.
It's funny.
I heard that
Frank
Taylor
is a
Swift,
funny
if
guy.
if the Chiefs win,
He's a
I hear
funny
Taylor
guy, yeah.
Swift is going to zip line from the
It's funny.
owner's box to midfield.
Jump jump is the field. Relate it. It's funny. What is Paulie's calling him? Paulie the Wogger? Is that what he's saying? Paulie Wogger?
Oh,
Like
he
the-
changed his name?
Like Ribbit?
Look at
Yes,
that.
he did, Dave. Hello, Yo fan.
Take on it. By the way, hi Lisa. Anybody else I can say hi to real fast? Yo fan. Right on. Frank, Bill, Robert Pintoff.
Frankie,
I call
nice.
him Mr. Pintoff. I don't know why. He's Mr. Pintoff. You and your sister used to bet 50 cents, huh, Bill? My dad and me would bet like 10 cents and stuff. And he'd be screaming like a maniac. And I'm sure the neighbors thought he was nuts. You know, in the family room, screaming because we lived in California, the doors are wide open, it's hot, you know, and he's screaming and yelling like a maniac.
It's
Oh my
all
God.
Rigby.
It was
That's why I'm
awful.
going against the rigging because right now, normally I would have bet the Chiefs, and here's why. I seen a poll. Every poll I've seen so far has got the Eagles winning. So when you take the money, guess what? You got to go against the Chiefs or against the Eagles in order to get your money. So you watch. It'll probably be the Chiefs win, who I said is who I want to see win, and I think they should win by the numbers. But I have a feeling the Chiefs are going to win because I do tend to. One thing I noticed, I took it whenever I was younger and I used to drive tractor trailer, I stopped at a lot of stops. And me and this one friend, every year, every game, $1 bet on each game. And we would rotate our picks. Nice gentlemen, have fun kind of bets. I went around one year, and everyone I bet, I would ask, who do you think is going to win the game? Who do you think? We would take and we would do all the bets. And every time we would do that, I took and I would go against what the bookies were betting. And whenever I would do that, it would take, and what it would do is it would be more than gently, it would take the, or it was just
Robert.
taking everybody that
What
happened
happened to
to
Brad?
be, whoever they called as being the winner, they took, and it would just be the opposite. So there you go.
Well, when it's a big game, I agree with you, Robert.
That's the only year I won, B. I mean, as
Really?
far as me and him would normally be within $1 or $2, that year for me going against what the normal people, you know, the average was going, I ended up that year. And again, you know, we're talking $20 is all we ended up different that year. But that was the biggest spread we ever had.
You know why? I don't know anything about what's been going on this season or the past seasons or nothing, honestly.
You
And I
could have
used to
stopped that
follow it.
second
I
chapter.
used to
I don't know
follow it
anything
hard.
that's going on.
So the reason why I picked Philadelphia is because it's Philadelphia. That's the only reason why. It's Philadelphia. Kansas is like, nobody cares, even though I have a lot of relatives there. But nobody cares, you know what I mean? Philadelphia and New England and the East Coast Seaboard and blah-de-da.
Okay, well, let me ask you a question. Who here has taken and watched any football games this year?
I have none.
I watch real football all the time.
What's that, college ball?
He's talking about soccer.
He's talking soccer. He thinks
Yeah.
that's real football.
Okay.
So, if you want to get realistic about it, I would take in soccer. I won't say that. This is a family channel.
Yeah. Yeah, football is
That's
what
right,
they-
Robert. The whole world
And they
is
spell
wrong.
it
You're
wrong.
right.
F-U-T. But
I'm just waiting for B to go medieval on us.
oh, are you serious? You even care? Because you know I did look up.
If you would have read the
You're a
email I
guy.
sent you, you would know I cared.
I looked up your guy, the guy JL Ryder or Riddell. I looked him up.
So
Of
did
course.
It's
Of
CC
course.
Ryder.
I was close. JL
I.
Ryder.
CC Ryder.
Yeah, CC. That's what are you talking about?
It's a music
Boomer.
reference.
Yeah, Boomer.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I do, but I can't think of it right off the top of my head. The song that you're talking about.
CC Ryder. I don't remember who did it. Dave. Oh, we stumped Dave. Gosh.
Yeah. God, I know what you guys are
But
talking
B,
about.
if
It is
you
a
would-
little
if
bit
you would
before
ever
my
read
time.
The emails I sent you, and you know, then you would know. You always complain that I never pay attention. I figure
well,
you
I
just
will stop
block-
complaining if you start. I mean,
You just blocked me. Yeah, I sent you an email
I'm shocked.
yesterday evening.
I'm shocked.
Sent you an email last week too.
I got that
No,
one. Thank you
you don't-
very much, honey. But I didn't check the new ones because I didn't have time. I've been trying to make videos, Brad. They're hard to do. And I've learned so many editors. It's like I'm going with DaVinci. I'm just going to learn and buckle down and go with DaVinci because it does everything but tell you it loves you. It does. And I started off with Movie Maker. So, and which was a damn good program. And I don't care what anybody says because you could take the mouse and hover it over something and it would show you what it looked like live already. You didn't have to apply it.
I don't want anybody hovering over my mouse.
So I've been working on that for the past couple of weeks, trying to get it all straightened out and everything because I got a new computer. I'm not on my laptop anymore. I used to be on my laptop all the time. And I love my laptop. But now I'm on the, the PC, and you got to sit in an office chair. And
You
everything.
haven't been PC in ages.
I don't like sitting in an office chair. These are torture devices. Office chairs. I don't know how people sit in them all day long.
That would be a good video. Torture devices.
You don't want to hear what I have to think about it. Female torture device: bras, pantyhose, underwear. Female torture devices.
Okay,
They
would
are.
somebody like to do a presentation on medieval coins?
Okay, let me get my what together.
I told everybody you were going medieval on us today, B. Come on.
Okay, I'm gonna do the best I can, Brad, but I'm gonna make a video about
Oh,
it.
so
too, like I said.
expectations are very low. Okay.
No, I'm gonna make a video about it too. It's just gonna be better than what I'm doing here. And just like the Lydian Lion coin, it's gonna be way better. Yeah, way better.
Hey, Robert, couldn't we use OBS for making videos?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, you can, but you have to almost do it unedited. It's got to be, just straight live all the way through.
Okay.
Which is difficult. And editing is all about cutting out the bad stuff. You know how
Right,
that goes.
right.
Yeah,
So we don't have to see you?
I have used, David, a conjunction of OBS using the clips, and then I can take, I use Shortcut because I know it. DaVinci, I tried it like Pete. Dustin used to use DaVinci, I believe, and I'll tell you what, that stuff, he said it was easy, but I think he learned on it. But to me, I tend to be, DaVinci is extremely, extremely tough.
Involved. And it has a really hard learning curve. It's really, because it does everything. It does video and audio. And that's the key. See, because I'm recording in Audacity and then taking Audacity and using that. And it's difficult to do it in other videos. Some of them are too simple. Some of these video editors are too simple. And I use one that nobody's even heard of. VSDC. Has anybody heard of that? That's the best. Next to DaVinci, it's right below DaVinci, VSDC. It's a professional video editor, and that's probably why nobody knows about it. Look it up, you guys. It's a really good video.
Brad's getting all bent out of shape because he's wanting to listen to
He's gonna go sleep. Okay, let me wet my whistle. Okay, Brad. Okay, just in case I need some saliva. Okay, so now I got to share my screen, and we hope we get this right? Okay, so
there you go, Frank. How's that?
Okay, let's do this. Okay, so I'm going to try, you guys, and I hope I have it right. I have to have this clicked, though. So let me see, you guys. Okay, so there we go. It should be right here. It should be also shared tab audio. Is that supposed to be clicked, you guys? David, also shared tab audio?
I don't think so.
You don't know?
I don't think so.
Okay. Can you guys see my screen?
No.
I can.
No. Robert
I
can't.
can't.
That's all
now I can.
Can you see it now?
Yes.
Okay, let's go with this.
Okay, it's your turn, baby. Go for it.
Okay, so I want to make this bigger. Okay, so during the medieval period, 5th to 15th century, Europe was divided into smaller kingdoms, heavily influenced by the Catholic Church and political instability. Coins became a crucial form of currency used for trade, taxation, and as symbols of royal power. Rulers often minted their own coins, which featured their image or religious symbols. And counterfeit coins were heavily, what does it say? Were heavily punished. Sorry, I'm reading off my phone. Coins were also tied to the divine right of kings, symbolizing their legitimacy. Here, I'm going to switch a picture, you guys. So those are hammered coins. Here is a depiction of a hand mint from the medieval times, which I think is pretty good. There's a guy over on the right side hammering a coin right there. So let me see what else I got. Here's another one. And what else do I got? This is interesting. Okay, so medieval hammered coins are highly valued by collectors for several reasons. Historical significance, they provide a tangible link to pivotal moments in history, including the rise and fall of powerful dynasties. Here's another one there. Put that one there. This is a good one. Okay, so rarity. Many are rare due to limited mintage or destruction over time, which increases their value. Here's some more hammered coins. I think they're pretty cool, you guys. Okay, so this is a gold medieval coin. Okay, so hand-struck coins often have unique variations, making them distinct and valuable. What do you think of that one, Brad? That's pretty cool, that gold one. Okay, so
That's that was a British four noble, correct?
I'm pretty sure. I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure. I figured you'd know.
If you're not positive, you're negative.
I know.
All right.
You're so funny. Okay, here we go. Okay, so investment potential. As collectibles, these coins can appreciate in value, especially those in excellent condition. So here's an early Irish medieval hammered silver round farthing. Interesting. Now, the three pictures that I have like this with the dark bottom and the white top, they all kind of look, see now look, doesn't this kind of look the same? But it's not. Here, let's go back. Sort of the same, but not. This is a half growth. Okay, so connections to early coinage, they represent an early stage in the evolution of currency systems, offering insight into medieval economic life. So let's look at some more of these. Look at this one. It's got like a press where he's putting the coins underneath. Pretty interesting. Okay, so medieval hammered coins are not only collectible, but also serve as windows into the past. Their historical, artistic, and investment value continues to captivate numismatists today. That's about it. I cut this really short, you guys. I was doing them too long before. So what do you guys think? I think these ones are super cool right here. These ones here where there's 8 of them. Very nice. I don't have any. Do you have any, Brad? Medieval coins in your shop there?
I think I have a couple around someplace, but that is not a area of expertise for me. I have a few of the anonymous falluses, and I have a couple of the gold pieces from Italy.
Really, because they were all over the world at that time, and even the there's Chinese medieval coins. Yeah, I have pictures of that too. I got to get better at this presenting stuff, but
No,
I mean,
Frank.
that's what they are. China. Hey, you know what? I'm still sharing my screen. Do you want me to look at see if I
Not
can
religion, not about the Pope.
What are you talking about?
I've been messaging with people while you were talking. I'm sorry.
Oh, who's talking about the Pope? To defy the Pope, who said that?
No,
John
he was
Jacobs.
just wondering what was the reason for the crosses on the coins.
And what was Sir Isaac Newton's connection to all of this in England?
Besides the what do you call it? Gravity.
Very good.
His theme of gravity, or his hypothesis of gravity. You know, if you're in a dome, you're going to have gravity. Or not have. Well, it's hard to explain. Are we in a dome?
Oh, so in the Superdome, there's going to be no gravity. The football's just going to float.
Not that dome, not the Superdome. Ah, pay attention. That's what I told you. So, are we in a dome or not? It makes a difference. whether we're gonna have gravity or not.
We're going back to the Long Cross and Sir Isaac Newton.
Oh, okay. Okay, sorry. I kind of got off the subject.
That's okay.
What is he saying? What are these people saying? Metal detector.
So
Called them long cross. That's it. That's what they're called, long cross. Correct.
yes,
Bill.
but the reason for the Long Cross?
Same thing as the Iron Cross.
No. Achtung, that is not correct.
I don't know.
Okay, so at this time, the hammered coins had no edge design, and they were clipped quite often. Do you know what clipping is?
Yes.
Okay,
Cheap people.
so they made the long crosses all the way out to the edges of the coin, and the king said, if any part of the cross is missing, it's no longer legal tender. Well, the clippers got cuter and just cut in between the ends of the cross. And the coinage was so debased from clipping that the king was really getting pissed off. And he goes, okay, who's the smartest guy I know? Sir Isaac Newton. So he calls Newton into the palace. He says, Ike, I got a problem. What can we do about it? And Newton said, yeah, give me a couple of days. Let me think about that. So he thought about it and he goes, well, we got to find some way to keep people from clipping the coins. And he goes, well, let's make the coins thicker, standard sizes, and give it a design around the edge to show that if anybody's taken silver or gold off of it. And so they called in all of the hammered coinage. That's why a lot of it's rare, and melted it down and made new standard coins under the tutelage of Sir Isaac Newton. How you like that?
And that's what he was famous for. No.
Well, that
And
was
the cross would, you could tell if it's been clipped, right? By looking at
well,
the cross.
that was the whole
Long
idea, because the crosses evolved. It was a pretty plain cross, and then
Okay.
if you look at the later ones, the cross goes out and then flares at the end.
Okay.
That's so they could cover more of the edge of the coin with the end of the crosses.
Got it.
So there you have it. A little trivia for the day about Sir Isaac Newton
Thank you. Thank you, Brad. I enjoy it.
and the Tower of
Sure.
London.
I enjoy your little trivia.
So what was the Tower of London? It was two things at the time.
What do you mean? What was it?
The Tower of London, what was it used for?
It was your pocket watch. Oh, that was Big Ben. Darn it.
That Big
Very
Ben, you big
interesting.
dummy.
Very interesting, Brad.
Mhm.
The tower, yeah, because towers were used for a few things. Interesting that he knows that. I'm surprised.
Frank is close. It was a prison and it was the mint. Thank you, Bill. 457. There you are.
Yeah, the tower.
No,
Young
the deer
fan, I
hunter
like
came
your
later.
answer best.
There you go, Yoke fan. Yep, buddy.
I agree with Young fan. Yeah, let's go deer hunting.
DEAR.
Oh, I just clicked off my chat.
Yeah, well, you go right ahead and do the DEAR. I'll stick with my DEER. I guess the DEAR. Well, I won't say.
Oh,
it.
Polly knows
I'm
more
gonna
about.
keep this.
Polly knows more. Polly, actually, that goes back to the coins that B talked about last week. Because they made the little electrum coins. They were so accurate in weight, and we speculated that they were the planchets were made the same way as dropping the lead shot.
And it was not last week, it was the week before.
Oh, excuse the hell out of me.
Why? I could say something. but
Yes.
was
I
like,
think
did
they
you
also
guys
they
gas?
kept the royal. I think they kept the royal jewels there also. Yes, Shaddy.
What does he say? Did they keep the okay?
The Royal Crown. It came in bigger bottles then.
Oh, RC Cola. Jesus, really, you guys? Okay, anyway.
You know what, B?
What-
Sadly, there's a lot of young people that don't even know RC Cola.
They should, because it's cheaper.
Frank, that was not clickbait.
What did
We have
Frank-
it's not a New Orleans Mint presentation, but it's a presentation about someone who happened to work at the New Orleans Mint for part of his career.
Yeah, I want to hear this.
Okay, so let me
Okay,
see.
send me $20, David. When it shows up in my account, I'll start to talk.
You take MasterCard?
I do. Just hold it up to the
Right. Sure.
Brittany's a comedian today, huh? Okay.
B, is this the book you were looking
Yes,
at
it is.
last week?
100%. Yeah. The one I was talking about. Yeah.
Well,
Exactly.
you know what this is, B, don't you?
It's about counterfeit.
Yeah, but you know what it is? It's actually the 1969 reprint.
Okay. Yeah. Because
the
it was
book.
written a long time ago. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So
So let me-
our buddy John Leonard J.L. Riddell, born in 1807, the first year of the cap bust $50. And died 1865. He was a Renaissance man of science. And some people use that term very loosely, but he was well known in both medicine, botany, chemistry, geology, and physics, as well as being quite a ladies' man of the time. He was of Scottish ancestry, oldest of 10 children born in Leyden, Massachusetts, and he moved to upstate New York as an infant. And his scientific interest started in 1821, and by 1825, he was employed as a schoolmaster for the princely sum of $7 a month. He also began a virtually lifelong journal at graduation in 1829 from Rensselaer College, and the known volumes of his journal are housed at Tulane University outside of New Orleans right now. And I've been there, and I've gotten them out of the rare book room and was able to sit and read through some of them and fondle them when I was there at one time.
Fondle, I heard that.
He became a traveling lecturer. That's how he made his money for many, many years. And he also sold botanical specimens to earn a living. And he was very, very well known in the field of botany. And he discovered a number of new unrecorded plants that bear his name today. And at the time, well-to-do doctors and educational organizations would buy these preserved specimens and keep them in a book. The early 1830s, his interest in botany overtook that of chemistry, and he developed a system for preserving the specimens that proved highly successful. And he charged $3 for a set of 100 different specimens. And later, his price went up to $4.50 per 100. So this was a time-consuming effort to dry the specimens and then to press them and to mount them. So thank you, B. I appreciate that. He became a resident of Ohio in 1832 and stayed there for some time. As was the case with many unwed males at the time, without status or money, The dowry of a woman was vastly important to them. Riddell was intimately interested in a woman's financial possibilities before commencing courtship. He published in various scientific journals of the era and medical journals. He was a graduate of the University of Cincinnati Medical College. He came to Cincinnati in 1834, and he constantly noted the geology and the botany of the areas in which he traveled, and he was hired to do a geological survey by the state of Ohio at one time. But let's move to 1836, a very important year in Riddell's life. So he met a young lady in Cincinnati, Mary, and there are 3 different last names that have been used with Mary: Knock, Bone, and Schrager. Schrager. Schrager was her legal guardian because her father had been killed in 1825, and he was responsible for taking care of her financially from New Orleans. So she was attending a ladies' school in northern Kentucky at the time. Riddell, upon meeting her and saying, "Hey, it's a pretty good looking chick. I want to know more. I want to find out, does she have any money?" Because, he inquired her financial condition through a Colonel Boyd, as well as through other members of her family, finding out that she did have a legacy that would pass upon marriage. So he began courting her, and the schoolmasters were not big on letting the young ladies of the school court. So they met on the sly, which of the time period was a pretty risky proposition. And it led to some hard feelings, especially since Riddell was shacking up with a servant of a doctor friend of his, and the servant girl wanted to be Mrs. Riddell but had no money, and so she let things leak, and that caused a problem. So the Locke School was run was where Mary attended, and they completely disapproved of Riddell courting her. As I said, they met in secret, which was a no-no in society of the time. And Mrs. Locke's uncle was none other than Nicholas Longworth, Cincinnati's richest and most influential resident. So running afoul of the Longworths was not a good thing. So Riddell and Mary decided they were going to elope. So they eloped on June 20th, 1836. They were married in Newport, Kentucky. And at the first opportunity, he wrote to Mary's guardian in New Orleans again about the money. So in October of 1836, they left Cincinnati for New Orleans with the scandal right on their heels. And they were not to come back to Cincinnati as residents after that. He became employed at the Medical College of Louisiana and took over management of Mary's inheritance quite successfully. In 1839, he went on a geological and botanical survey of the state of Texas. And later that year in December, Mary died of tuberculosis just after Riddell was appointed as melter and refiner at the Branch Mint in New Orleans by Martin Van Buren, a position he held until 1848. And there were numerous controversies during his employment at the Mint. Riddell never gave up on his other areas of interest. He continued experiments in all of his disciplines. He continued to give outside lectures anytime that he could to earn extra money. So some of his scientific ideas and accomplishments included a pocket compass. At the time, compasses were a large, unwieldy thing, and he figured out how to make a pocket-sized one. He also wrote about a machine that we would later become known as a typewriter. It wasn't invented until 1868, but Riddell recorded the basics of one in his journal in 1831, but never built one. He was fascinated with aerial navigation. He went to a balloon ascension at one time, and he was absolutely thrilled with it. He fancied a trip to the moon and penned one of the earliest sci-fi stories, Orrin Lindsay's Voyage Around the Moon, which was published in 1847. And of course, this voyage around the moon was going to be taken in, yes, a hot air balloon. Numerous plans, as I said, first identified by him scientifically, bear his name. He entered into a second marriage in 1846, which resulted in 8 children who all got to fight over his unwilled estate when he went belly up later. Another thing that most people don't know about Riddell is he was appointed postmaster of New Orleans by President Buchanan in 1860. Yes, just before the Civil War. And he held the position through the Confederate administration and into occupation by Union troops. Riddell was responsible for having the New Orleans postmaster provisional stamps created, as well as small currency shin plasters. He was a devout Unionist, opposing the South's secession, which really kind of didn't get him in real well with a lot of the Southern landowners. He led a group of Unionists to the Democratic National Convention in Chicago in 1864. He was pro-McClellan, which meant anti-Lincoln, and they were not seated because Louisiana was not a state at the time. Left him highly unpopular in the South, like I said. He was involved in politics till the end of his life. He was actually writing a newspaper article at the Daily Southern Star offices when he collapsed, apparently of a stroke, and died 10/7/1865. Was buried in the Protestant cemetery in Girard Street, New Orleans, which was later demolished, but his tomb was moved to the Matari Cemetery. He died a rich man. He had an estate of over $150,000 that was very heavy in real estate. So some of the other accomplishments of Riddell, in 1841, he was the chairman of the Geological Committee of the state of Louisiana. In 1844, he wrote. In 1845, he published the beloved monograph of the silver dollar, good and bad, which we'll talk a little bit more about in a few minutes. In 1844, he was appointed State Flood Prevention Committee of the state of Louisiana. 1845, one of 3 on the committee to ascertain the amount of sediment carried into the sea by the Mississippi River by the Association of American Geologists and Naturalists. As I said, in 1847, penned Orrin Lindsay's aerial navigation around the moon. As I said, he was a bit of a ladies' man. He had 2 illegitimate children with mistresses. In 1846, we got his second marriage, of course. He was a charter member in 1848 of the American Association for the Advancement of Science. 1849, charter member of the Louisiana State Medical Society. One of his greatest inventions, 1852, was the binocular microscope. Before that time, microscopes were monocular, one eye, and it's a little hard to get that depth perception, and he developed a binocular microscope. In 1853, he was a founding member of New Orleans Academy of Sciences. He was the president from 1855 to 1865. In 1855, was a committee to devise protection for New Orleans from floodwaters of the Mississippi. Another great accomplishment that wasn't recognized in his time. In 1853, he studied the yellow fever epidemic and in New Orleans microscopically, and he theorized correctly that the source of the disease was the mosquito. 40 years before proof by Walter Reed. Yes, the Walter Reed who the hospital in Baltimore is named after. In 1860, he was appointed postmaster. I told you about that, of New Orleans. In 1861, he issued those provisional postage stamps and shin plasters. In 1863, the controversial election as governor of Louisiana, but not officially recognized as such. In 1865, he received a presidential pardon from President Johnson for everything he did while he was doing stuff for the Confederates. And then he was the presiding officer of the Louisiana State Democratic Convention in 1865. And then, of course, I told you he died later in 1865. So he was a professor of chemistry at the Medical College of Louisiana. He was the melter and refiner of the New Orleans Mint, and the monograph of the silver dollar, Good and Bad, was published in 1845. So, Robert, would you put up image number 1?
One moment, please. The new number 1?
Yes.
Bear with me. I'm sorry. I wasn't ready for you.
Okay. Polar bear, grizzly bear, black bear, what?
There you go.
Okay. So this is, can you blow that up? This is the title page of the book Monograph of the Silver Dollar, Good and Bad, published in 1845 by John Leonard Riddell, MD. And there were 250 copies printed. And if you go to the bottom of the page, if you look right there, right above 1845, printed by R. Shepherd, Cincinnati.
Looks like E. Shepherd.
E. Shepherd, I'm sorry, E.
Yeah.
Shepherd. Well, when I first saw that title page in the reprint, in the 1969 reprint, I'm like, why is a guy from New Orleans having a book printed in Cincinnati? Well, then I come to find that he had lived in Cincinnati and made contacts here. He had traveled back to Cincinnati, and I guess that was where he found a person that was able to reproduce the images as he wanted them on the page. Let's go to the next. So one of the real problems as he was melter and refiner at the New Orleans Mint is there were many, many, many Mexican dollars coming in that were counterfeit. They were base metal, silver plated, or debased silver. And he explains that here. And that was the reason that he wrote the book. Next page, Robert. Here is a sample. Can you blow it up a little bit? Blow it up so that the center of the book is like full page. There you go. So these are actual counterfeit Mexican dollars as they appeared to Riddell. Riddell developed a system for transferring images, true life images, that was similar to what he did for his botanical specimens. So he was able to reproduce these counterfeit dollars in his book faithfully. They weren't hand drawn, they were faithful reproductions of the originals. The next page shows what really brought me to the book in the first place is I was collecting the counterfeit bust half dollars. And there were enough of those circulating that Riddell devoted a chapter of his book to the counterfeit half dollars that he was encountering as the melter and refiner in New Orleans. So there are many collectors today that have a few counterfeits that were illustrated in Riddell. Now, Riddell, I don't remember how many he illustrated, maybe 50-ish. Keith Davignon stood on the shoulders of Stu Witham and identified many, many more. Today, there are maybe about 500 different unique counterfeit cap bust half dollars by Dime Marriage. So there's a book completely on those by Keith Davignon. In 1989, Keith and I gave a talk at the American Numismatic Society in New York City concerning the contemporary counterfeit bust half dollars. But upon seeing the 1969 reprint and these pages, I decided I wanted to own an original Riddell. So I started watching auctions, and they were bringing a pretty princely sum at the time. And I finally found one that I could afford that wasn't in the best of condition, but it was okay. So I bought the book. It was shipped to me. And in shipping, it was handled such that the backing came completely free of the signatures of the book. So when I got it, I had the cover in one hand and the inside of the book in the other hand. So I talked to the seller. We came to an agreement, and I ended up buying the book as it was. Right, next page, Robert. Oh, this is a provisional postage stamp that is a Riddell. It's a 5-cent piece. And if you look at the very bottom, it says J.L. Riddell. And this is, I think, maybe the only postage stamp that I own in my collection. So I have a Riddell postage stamp. I do not have a Riddell shin plaster. Those are extremely rare. I've never seen one live before, but Riddell made the postage stamps in many different denominations. And he kind of ran afoul of the Confederate government because they were making their own postage stamps. So he had to finally basically just say, you see, it says New Orleans. So these were provisionals for use in the city of New Orleans only. So next page. This is the rebound edition of Riddell. So when I took it to the Ohio bookstore, they basically looked at it and said, you know, this is really not going to, we can't save this. The only thing we can do is put a new binding on it. So I had them put a new binding on it, and that's what the binding looks like. And then underneath it, and the next page, Robert, that's the original front board, but that laying underneath it is called a clamshell box. And the clamshell box protects the original Riddell. It sits down in the box folds up around it, and the spine of the box looks just like the spine of the book. So when you look at the box on my bookshelf, it looks just like a book. So I think that's the end, right, Robert, of all the images?
Yes.
Okay. Yep. So that is a little bit about J.L. Riddell and Monograph of the Silver Dollar, Good and Bad.
Ta-da! Thank you.
B, wake up. B fell
I'm
asleep.
actually reading the book, and Bill, I think it was Bill that asked. Wait, where is it? He asked if did the coins have silver in them? Can the counterfeit?
The counterfeit coins, some of them had very little silver. Mostly, they were
Nickel.
German silver, base metal that were silver washed.
Said nickel, and what was the other thing it said also?
German silver.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for while you were talking. Because I already knew a little bit about him. I told you I found the book last week. Terrible.
Brad, in Wikipedia, it's saying he was also accused of killing his wife, who died in their mint apartment.
No,
That's lovely, David.
no, some of his detractors said you must have killed your wife because all you're interested in is money. And no, she died of tuberculosis. So no, that was one of those.
Sounds like it was taken out
one
of
of his
context.
enemies. One of his enemies was putting the screws to him.
It was taken out of context.
Yes, it was. But yeah,
that happens a lot.
Okay, so the people that counterfeited the coins were the same type of people that counterfeit paper money today. They were people that would counterfeit it and spend it, and it was to get something for nothing.
And what are they called, Brad? Criminals. Criminals.
No, they actually pushers. The people that were spending the counterfeit money were called pushers.
They're all called criminals in my book.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what they're doing. If they're doing something illegal, it's criminal.
So if you are interested, you can pick up the 1989 Coinage of America's conference from the American Numismatic Society, and you'll see more about the counterfeit half dollars from Keith Davignon and myself, or you can pick up Keith Davignon's book about the dime marriages of the counterfeit half dollars, and he also has in there more background information.
David, I'd like to know about those coins behind you. What, you want to tell a story, or do you know the story?
Oh no, I just give those out on Halloween. So kids come to the door, and every 10th kid gets a gold coin. The other ones get silver.
Okay, well, that's
Most
fine.
likely.
Just give me your address because I'm coming this year.
Brad, you're welcome to. B, you're welcome.
Give him the ones with the chocolate in the center.
Robert Pintoff, I am not going to do the goldoid metric dollars. I'm sorry, I don't know anything about them. Okay, Bill 457. How did they get the dies? Well, they made them. So they would most of the time directly engrave dies and then strike the counterfeits from their homemade dies.
Sort of kind of like counterfeiters do it today.
That's right. Many years ago at the ANA, there were a bunch of half-dollar guys gathered at a table, and they were all looking at things. And I walked up and said, "Hey, what's going on, guys?" And they were like, there were two dies on the counter. And somebody looked up and said, "Are both of these dies U.S. Mint products?" And I looked at them. I said, "Well, hell no. The round one is, the square one's not." And everybody at the table kind of looked. And I go, "Yeah, all the original dies from the U.S. Mint were cylinders on cylinders." And again, I got the little nipper look, and I'm like, "Okay, give me a couple of minutes." I walked across the floor to the ANS table. I bought Coinage of America's conference book from, I think, 84. And somebody had written about dies in the ANS. And I brought it back and I said, "See, the square one's the counterfeit die." And then one of the guys fessed up. He goes, "Yes, this is the 1809 Overton 110 die over here. This is the 1832 Davignon whatever number counterfeit die. So they had a coin that matched the counterfeit die. They had a coin that matched the real die, and the dies there at the table. So, you know, it was kind of neat to see those.
It's very interesting, Brad, and I really appreciate what your presentation on this guy. It's
Yeah,
awesome.
thank you, Brad. That was great.
Yeah, I appreciate it. And I would have never looked it up. You know what I mean? So because he mentioned it, I looked it up. What a guy.
What a guy.
Yeah. Ladies,
I
man, I don't know about that.
I mean,
but
he was famous in any one of the 6 fields that he entered, but he was really famous in 6 different disciplines. It's amazing. So there are books that botanical books he's published and geological books and surveys and
multitasker.
Really amazing. So you can also, if you want to read his journals, you can do so online. The Tulane University Library has digitized most of his journals, if not all by now. So you can read them online.
That's so cool that you can do that nowadays. Because otherwise you would have had to go to the library back in the old days. Young people don't understand that. We used to physically go to the library.
Yeah, but the problem is you would have to physically go to the Tulane University Library in New Orleans to read the book.
My point.
Which I've done in it.
Head, Brad.
It's just so neat to hold somebody's journal from the 1830s and read it. It takes a while to get.
Wear them white gloves.
No, actually, did they
make you do that?
I can't remember. Maybe. Oh,
your friend is here.
Nick.
Brad.
Hi, Nick.
Your friend is here. Nick, hi, honey. Good to see you. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well, honey. We're listening to Brad talk like usual, all of us. You know how that goes. But he's talking about something interesting. I'm going to be nice, but he is. I think the guy's really interesting, Brad, and especially since he's discussing counterfeit.
Bill, I do believe the ANS has the best, if not, okay, they have the best numismatic library in the world if you do the world. If just US, I don't know if the ANA challenges them, but it's a great opportunity if you get the chance to go anytime.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, what I thought was very interesting. Go ahead, Robert. I'm not going to say anything. Go ahead.
I was just going to say the ANA. Just go to money.org, www.money.org, and they have books that you can take and get lent out. If you ever want to read a book on numismatists, you can get it from the ANA if you're a member, and it's a great. It's just great for research.
The only thing it costs you is postage both ways.
Right.
In the past have been doing some esoteric research and have checked books out of the library there. But it's really cool, though, is to go there and be able to look at some of the books from the rare book room that they don't lend out. And there are some really cool things there, too.
Back then, it was unheard of somebody writing something about counterfeit.
Nick, no. Are you offering to do my autobiography?
Is there a book on Brad? She's already started one, silly.
That's right. She is.
She's already started one. Catch up, Brad.
Well, anytime you want to interview me, show up. I'll buy White Castles.
No appointment necessary.
Skyline chili for everyone.
I hope you're doing well, Miss Nick. We miss you. I do. I don't know about Brad, but I miss you big.
Well, if Nick was listening earlier, she would be okay with a monocular microscope at this point, though.
Brad.
No, he's not a good person sometimes. That's what I call good. Somebody is not a good person. I pointed out. Yeah. You're not
There
always
is-
a good person, Brad. You're a little. I can't even think of the word right now. It's probably a good thing.
I can think of the word. It's just it's a family channel. I don't want to use it.
Edgy.
I didn't get a lot of sleep last night, so yeah, it's not going to come out good. Yeah, I'm going to say something stupid. So you know.
many of you out there need to start planning to come to Cincinnati in July to the big coin show, end of July.
And see me too.
Are you coming again, B?
Oh, I'm sure I will.
Ooh.
Because I miss you, Brad.
Yeah.
I do. I like hugging on you. Yeah, I do. I like hugging on Brad. David, if you showed up, I'd give you a hug too. I like to hug everybody.
thank you,
Ask
B.
Robert. I hug everybody. I'm a hugger.
So am I, apparently, B. That's what Amanda McCarthy said when she met me the first time.
I remember you guys are like, that's Amanda. I'm like, Amanda who? Oh, that's not your daughter. Okay. The other
Yeah.
Amanda.
Yeah, she came up to me. It was years ago, but I was over
lovely.
somewhere else, and she come up and she seen me, and she introduced herself, and I gave her a hug. She says, "Oh, you're a hugger."
Amanda's a nice
Yeah,
girl.
she just put a gun in
She's a
my
nice
back at
girl.
the
I like
airport.
her.
She
I like
reminds me so much of my own daughter, Amanda. I mean, they're very similar all the way around. B, well, you've met them both, so you know. What I'm talking about.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, that's who, you know. Yeah.
Hey,
She
mean
is a
one.
nice
I've been
lady.
to Washington. Get your butt over here to Ohio. I don't want to hear
It's
no
so much
BS
fun, you
about it.
guys. It doesn't sound like it, but it is. It's so much because Ohio's in the mid, you know what I'm talking about.
Hey, Ohio's in the middle. Like I said, I've been to Washington. I went up to Washington State and I went to a show up there, me and Dustin, years ago. We've got videos of it, but I was at about as far northwest as you can get before you get to Canada. Where is it, Belfast?
I know, right?
I believe. Yep.
I didn't know how far I was going the first time. RJ knew, he knew, but I didn't know. I'd never been that far. The farthest I had been was Illinois.
Show this guy the liver.
That direction.
Okay.
Yeah, I had never been.
Well,
that
if you've
far.
only been to Illinois, I mean,
Yeah. Illinois, there's no, it's not noise. They get
Okay.
upset. You say that?
Hey, Robert, stick
no,
the 424.
Illinois. Huh?
The 424 comment by Nick. All right.
Thank you,
So
Brandon.
Love to
That's
visit New
the
England.
New England Numismatic Exposition, there's going to be one in April that is too close to another show, but there's one in October.
Oh, joy. Let's go up
And-
there. We're in the middle of snow season.
Yeah, it's probably still cold. I was gonna say it's been
10
Well,
foot of
I
snow.
thought maybe we could get a few people to get together and go to New England in October and see Nick at the coin show.
It would all depend on the weather because October can, I mean, not always. Now, Nick, you would know this better than anybody else, but I do know up there they get a lot of snow.
October is the fall.
So Nick, I think you fly into the Manchester, New Hampshire airport. Is that right? The leaves are beautiful. Thank you.
If that's the case, then guys, you'll never find a hotel. Oh, I don't know. Hey, Nick, you want to make a pick for the Super Bowl? We've all made one.
Oh yes, come
so
on, Nick.
you know, Nick, just so you know, I've got the Eagles 31, Kansas City 28. B's got the Eagles 37, Kansas City 34.
Don't give her any heads up.
Dave's got the Eagles 27, Kansas City 24. And Brad's got the Eagles 27, Kansas City 30. So
She
would you like
deserves
to
a head
take
up,
it and
Brad,
make
because
the
she
number?
wasn't here and she's
I'll be
usually here.
happy to write it down.
Yeah.
Nick.
Come on, Nick. I know you've been following. You follow football. I don't follow it anymore. It's been years since I followed it. I'd say at least 5 years since I followed football. I haven't followed it in a long time. So, come on, girl. I'm just a good guesser. I figure it's going to be by 3 points. It's going to be some kind of, like that. And it's going to be neck and neck because that's what they want. Neck and neck. It's not going to be a total, disaster or anything like that. They're trying to get people to watch
Well,
it.
Nick telling me it again because I don't know what I mean. We're doing. Not only are we doing, Nick, the who you're picking, but a number. We're giving the number spread as well. So you got to pick how much you think the score is going to be.
I didn't know she had a B&B. Oh, goodness.
We'll find out, Charles.
Yes, she is. And her team is New England Patriots. She loves them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you just say the Eagles, and you're not going to give us a number. Come on, Nick.
You got to give me a number because you know how they are.
all did, even Brad. John Jacobs is doing it. Everybody else. No, it's got to be more than just Eagles. We're trying to see
so you don't pick the numbers. You have to guess.
Yeah, you ain't got to pick it. Just guess
Give
it.
it an educated guess, Nick. I know you can. You follow it. Okay. See, look, she says reverse that. Okay, so no, Paul says reverse that score. Okay, so
JJ, he's
talking about football scores. Depends
John
on the rest.
Jacobs.
Do you play boards though? You don't do, and I used to do it. And I used to take people's money, even though it's illegal. Football, boards where people, give you money and
I take other people's money all the time.
I know, right, David? He just can't. He can't let it go. He can't let it go.
No pictures, no videos, no letters. Deny.
Eagles a yawner. You think it's going to be boring, huh, Frank? You think it's going to be slow and boring? There's been Super Bowls that are slow and boring and ones that are just like up to the edge. So
I agree with you, Nick. It's going to be a high-scoring game.
That's what I think. That's why I said what I said. It's going to be like a 3-point winner. Watch.
Hey, Yoko, would you like to do one? You're welcome to come on the channel. I'd introduce you and bring you in.
Yoke fan, it'd be
Yeah,
awesome.
Yoke.
Short snorters. That's a great topic, really. If somebody wants to take it on.
Short snorters. Yeah, it depends on what you're talking about.
A short snorter, honey. You don't know what a short snorter is?
I'm kidding. Some people might misconstrue it. I'm just saying.
Short snorters is when you only use 20s instead of hundreds.
Some people might misconstrue that with something else.
Nick finally put a number on there.
There it is. There it is.
Nick.
What'd she say?
Hey. Nick says Eagles 43.
And I picked the same.
32. Wow.
Heck yeah. Billy boys.
Nick, you're close with me. You got it scored even higher than I do, Nick, but good luck on it.
So
Thank you.
Robert, me, and Nick all picked Philly, right? We all
So did
got
Dave.
Philly.
Everybody picked it except for Brad. And
because he's the odd one out.
So it's not going to be, just rigged. Yeah, there you go, Charles. I agree with you. It'll be Buffalo.
It's hard to bet against Taylor Swift.
I know. You should see him at the show, David, or at his shop when we're down there. He's got to dance like Taylor Swift and everything from time to time.
Everybody take note of what Shadrach said. Take note of it. He says 21-17 Eagles. And Mo says 17-6 silly. You guys got to realize they're trying to get people to watch this on television, okay? Or on the internet. So it's going to be close. It's always is pretty much.
It'll be high scoring. Ain't neither one of them got a damn good defense, B.
I haven't seen a sad Super Bowl in many years where it was just no scoring. I haven't seen one of those in a long time.
Meanie, if either one of them had a defense, I'd agree with. Well, I don't know. I've not watched any of them, so I really don't know. But from
Why?
what
Oh, because I said that, Mo. You're gonna say
I
it
hear-
otherwise you'll
the
be
defense
I hear it's
from
supposed to
everybody's gonna be a
snow.
high scoring game.
Thanks, Mo. Thanks for your support.
I hear it's supposed to snow during the Super Bowl.
Oh, Snowball. We're gonna get to watch
In
Snowball.
New
I like
Orleans,
Snowball.
really?
I like Snowball.
I didn't say it was going to snow in New Orleans. I just said it was going to snow.
Well, it's gonna snow somewhere in the world. I'd almost
Okay,
assure you
well,
of that.
see?
Is
It's
it
gonna
real
rain
snow
somewhere in
too?
the
By the
world,
way,
too. There's gonna
Does
be a
it burn?
thunderstorm somewhere in the world.
There is some coin news today.
Okay, go
Well,
for
thank
it,
you,
David.
David. See, I love that.
Has anybody heard of a company by the name of Stacks Bowers Galleries?
No, never
Yeah.
heard of them. Sorry.
They were sold
What?
to a company.
Oh, they
I
sold
should
out
say-
a long time ago.
You better wait.
Well-
When you go on, David.
Okay. A-Mark Precious Metals, leading fully integrated precious metals platform, has entered into a definitive agreement to acquire 100% of the stock of Spectrum Group International, who owns Stacks Bowers Gallery, one of the world's largest rare coin and currency auction houses, and a leading wholesale and retail dealer specializing in numismatic and bullion products, and the majority owner of Spectrum Wine. Okay. Brad, you're saying this happened a long time. Why did it says it was sold for 92 million, but it was dated yesterday. I'm curious, Brad, why you say it happened a long time ago.
You didn't listen to the whole sentence.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I heard what he said, and Dave, it was a figure of speech. Well, not a figure of speech, but the way he said it, basically, he was implying, not factual,
Just
Yeah.
humor. Just humor.
Oh,
Yeah, okay. I'll leave it at that because that's probably what do they call that? There's a word for that, Brad. I can't remember.
There's a word for what? I'm sorry.
Satanic humor.
Oh,
so
what
yeah,
do I not know, Nick? Enlighten me, dear. Oh,
I'm reading what she said.
Nick's feeling blue or seeing blue.
Hi, Jamin. Hi, how you doing? What does it say? What's Polly say? Brad,
Frank, I got to put it up because I hadn't put the other one up. So
he usually doesn't mean it when he's funny. He's not a comedian. Yeah, what you don't know, not what you know, right, Nick? What you don't know.
if anybody
Funny,
out there
yeah.
that is in the chat that would like to take and be a guest on Cointalk, guys, get a hold of me. Somebody, Florida, throw up a email for them to contact me to take and to let me know. Just so you guys know.
If we don't have any more numismatic questions, it's going to be a long 25 minutes.
Where? You got nothing to say, Brad? Come on. What's been okay? I can instigate
enlightened the world on
Brad.
J.L. Riddell.
I was a bartender for many years. Okay, so what have you been doing today besides talking to us? Anything interesting going on in the coin shop?
Well, I've been pricing some ancient coins.
Right on. See, now this is what I want to hear.
I did end of the month bookwork.
Can we see them coins again?
No,
Why not?
Nick is being just nasty today.
She's meow. Okay, so what is that?
It's a denarius. Can't you read?
Well, kind of, but it's sloppy handwriting, kind of. So, but anyway, yeah, that's very interesting. Let's see what else you got there, buddy. Ooh, to see now. I like that one. That's not bad. The last one wasn't so good, but this one's nice. Yeah. What's the back look like? Back. Over or reverse? Reverse, please. Oh my God. See, that's nice. That's not bad at all for how old it is. It's really good.
Well, you're old and you're not worth much.
Well, who asked you?
Brad.
Nobody asked him. Okay. Vespasian. Ooh.
Vespasian.
Vespasian. I'm sorry, I pronounced it wrong. It's very nice, Brad. Can we see the reverse, please? That's nice. Or is that the obverse?
That's actually the obverse.
Yeah, that's
I
the
mounted
obverse.
this one reverse up because the reverse is more
I thought
interesting.
so.
You know, Vespasian is
thought
just
so.
a ugly, old, dead white guy.
Old dead white guy. They're not white guys. Old dead guy. Doesn't matter what color they are. Old dead guys, same thing.
I've got a Marcus Aurelius.
Ooh.
Bronzes are hard to see. Copper and bronze are hard to
I
see.
can see it though. High relief, super high relief.
Super high relief.
Yeah, super cool.
And a Tiberius.
Nice. Now, people just walk in, Brad, with these things, or how does that come about?
I've been climbing through bedroom windows at night and have gotten lucky a couple of times.
That sounds about right.
So funny. You're so funny today. No. Seriously, I mean, do people really walk in the door with that kind of stuff?
Yeah.
They do?
I have a whole box of ancients here I have to work on.
I don't know where they get them, but maybe family inheritance or something. They inherit them from their families or something.
I brought my Roman coin research books to work on the ancients.
Roman coins are the coolest. And you know the one that I did last time, the Lydian line coin, they look like pebbles or coffee beans.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. They're like, so they're not flat. They hadn't flattened them out yet at that time.
Let's see. I got Hadrian.
Oh, see, now that's really nice. I like that.
Frankie, you're right. Frankie, right on.
What Frank say? Climbing through the windows. He used to call that dating. Frank.
So B, what is so interesting about this Hadrian?
What is so interesting about it?
Yeah.
Is that Caesar on it?
What?
Is that Caesar?
No, it's Hadrian.
They all look the same. Sorry.
Oh, well, it was. This one was made in Egypt.
Oh,
so it has Roman, Latin writing on the obverse, Greek writing on the reverse with the eagle.
So that's interesting. That's super interesting. So they minted them in Egypt, but they're Roman coins.
Well, because Rome controlled Egypt at the time.
Yeah. Very interesting. I know a little bit about Egypt.
Here's another. This one does not have the eagle, but this is another. There.
Oh, nice. It's very nice.
Philip II.
Philip, you said?
Yes, Philip.
Nice.
And it has. It doesn't have the eagle on the reverse that you normally see on the Egyptian pieces.
So interesting.
Yeah. This is a really nice bronze. They normally don't come that nice.
Yeah, it's very nice. It's not flat, it's so high relief and in beautiful
And it's not,
shape.
it's not green or, it was never in the ground.
So can I ask you a question, Brad? Do you have weird vibes when you touch old coins?
Do I have what?
Weird vibes, like
I
vibration.
only have weird vibes when you hug me.
You're so mean. Anyway, so I just think that you do. I mean,
Okay,
these coins-
Shaddy, I have a Greek Athenian owl. I think I still have one at the other store.
That's pretty neat.
Nice ones run about 1,500 now.
They're nice. That's pretty neat, Chad. Oh, he doesn't have. I would like to have one. I thought he had one. Oh, those are super.
Robert, Bill 457 wants to be on the panel.
Where?
I would
436, but I think it's a later date, maybe.
Well, yeah, it would have to be a later date. Can't do
Yeah.
it right now.
Yeah.
I can't.
And Brad,
Are you talking about
Frank-
Robert Pintoff? That's a good choice. Is it Robert Pintoff that said that?
no, Bill 457.
Oh, Bill. It doesn't really matter. Whatever.
And Brad-
Robert's the boss. I'll
Brad,
talk to you in the
Frankie wants to see your year-end books. So
What the? Brad holds his wallet whenever someone hugs him. Frank, be nice. He does not. He hugs with both arms, just to let you know, Frank. I've done it, so I know. That's funny, though.
But what did LBJ, his favorite quote was when somebody just says, I'm just an old dumb hillbilly, first thing he did was reach to see if his wallet was still in his pants.
He should know because he's the one that did Kennedy.
He did Kennedy?
JFK, yeah.
What?
LBJ. Lyndon B.
Oh.
Johnson. That guy. His vice president.
His vice president did Kennedy? No, he was.
Pew, pew, pew.
No. It was the mob.
Yeah, through LBJ. Hello.
We're about to find out, guys.
I know. And you know what?
I'm sort of kind of
Dad,
like
I want
everybody
an
else. I don't think
apology when that happens because da 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 da. I'm right. I'm telling you.
well, we'll
I
wait
know
and see.
people that wrote books about it. I know them personally. Anyway, go ahead. I think it was the vice president at the time. They wanted to take him out. Anyway, it was Colonel Mustard in the drawing room with the pipe. You're funny, Frank. You want to play Clue, Frank? I'll whip your butt.
Ooh.
I'm good at it. And I also have this game called, well, I can't say it. Bull Beep. It's called Bull. And it's a game that I have, and we can see. I'll bring it to the Robert. I'll bring it to the next coin show in Ohio. Yeah, and we'll see who's the best at doing BS. BS is an art. It's an art form. Okay, and you would know, Brad. You would know because you're professional. Sorry. You're professional. I mean, it's not like you own a store that sells light bulbs.
I'm sure there are, Bill, but I don't know what they are.
No. Brad has a lot. He had more than I thought he would. Ancient coins, and I love it. There's another guy, I think he's in San Diego or something in Lower California that has mostly ancient coins, but I'm not sure. You'd have to look it up.
One of the websites that I use for ancient, I believe, is wildwinds.com.
Florida? So is that Florida?
Help.
Florida is good too. Southern California. Florida is even better. Probably got better coins there in Florida. It's closer to where they wrecked.
I think we finally bored Nick into submission. She's gone.
She's not well, Brad.
She's
not
never been well.
No. Okay. Ugh. Hi, Bill Driscoll. Good to see ya. Anybody else? Ronald Harris. Good to see you always. Yeah. So don't listen to him about that.
So, what kind of big party are we going to have at the Cincinnati show this year?
I think we should, you guys.
We'll go back.
The second year, I went like you guys went, where everybody came, and then
sushi again.
Oh, it was so much fun. So much fun. I have so much fun every time I do. Every Thursday I have fun, and I have fun at every coin show that I go to in Ohio. It's so much fun. Everybody needs to go so we can all meet each other. I mean, I have fun. I guess I'm easily amused. Hi, Mark. How you doing? Good to see you. I haven't seen you in a long time. Yeah. Pulling for the Eagles, huh?
Oh, well, Ronald, Italian is the second night. Friday night's Italian.
I don't know. It's so much fun, you guys. It's so much fun. And the best part is going out to dinner.
You know what, Mark? That's a lot of what I hear going on out there. A lot of people. There was a news reporter that took and asked the Kansas City Chiefs quarterback. He says, "Out of all the players on the field, which ref do you like the best? Which one do you send a Christmas card to?"
Yeah, exactly. Not saying nothing. Not saying nothing.
That's right, John Jacobs. I hear you.
Yeah. Yep. I'm not even going to do the rest of the referee signs.
Silver? Did you say?
Clipping. What's the other one? Roughing the passer.
Hey, Frank, we have a special guest here today. You might recognize him.
Dust Goat.
The goat.
Dust Goat. I love the screaming goat. Oh, you got one, David? I need a screaming goats.
There you go, Frank.
It's my pain. My pain.
Hey, Robert.
Yes.
What's the subject for next week?
I thought you guys had that already picked.
Did we? I don't remember. I don't remember.
Well, what was it
Are
then?
you going to do one on short snorters?
Yes. That's what it was.
Who's doing it?
And see, Robert, he doesn't pay attention. Brad does not pay attention.
Who's doing it? I know somebody asked about it.
I don't know. It's not mine. I do his stream. Yeah, I don't do that.
Dave, would you like to do a short snorter?
I
honestly do not have enough information that I can draw upon, so I just don't.
So you've forgotten how to get on the internet, huh, Robert?
Well, I am not saying nothing. I say
nothing. I'm going to avoid that myself, B, because this is a family channel, and I really, I'm trying to keep it that way. Even though I normally don't follow it, I'm trying to do a little better. That's my New Year's resolution, to treat Brad better this year.
I can do it, Robert. I have no idea what it is. If there's information out there.
There is tons of it. I'll help you as much as I can, David. Okay. Because I've got a good general for you. But it'll be something that it can be fun because there's some very, very famous people on short snorters. I don't know. Brad and I don't know, you are going to know this, the answer to this question no more than anybody, but who would be, that would be a personal answer. I was just thinking, I wonder who the most famous person is on a short snorter, because I know there's plenty of movie stars that are on short snorters.
Well, sure, because Bob Hope did the shows.
Right.
You know, for
I'm talking about people that,
if you're doing Vietnam era short snorters, if you're doing World War II era short snorters, I think they're Patton, Bill 457, Patton, and other generals. I think would be, because you didn't just walk up to a general and say, "Hey, sign my note." So,
right. I
the
agree.
higher the ranking the officer is, the less likely they are to have signed somebody's short snorter. I was
Right.
thinking Elvis.
Is this currency or?
Yes.
Okay,
yeah.
so basically, David, a short snorter was every time somebody went to a different country in World War II, they got a note and they had all their buddies sign it for good luck.
I
and
see.
then they taped them together, rolled it up, put it in their pocket.
Okay.
So
some did it on just United States bills. Some did it on, as Brad's saying, foreign bills. I mean, you can get, it's almost like collecting coins or currency.
So
everyone did it individually.
A friend of mine was very proud of a Hawaiian $1 bill that he had in his collection because it was signed by a group of WACs. So he said that was unusual.
Tell the old or the young people what WACs are.
Women Air Corps members.
Thank you.
Air Corps group.
Young people are like, wax, what is that? You know, they don't know what it is. I don't think.
I'm talking about whacking somebody.
They don't talk
we don't want to talk about somebody whacking somebody, do we?
They don't call them wax no more. Yeah, they don't call them wax anymore. That was actually a nice thing that they did. It was gender specific though.
Alaskan bush flyers.
Yeah, you can get this,
Sounds
Bill.
like a
You can
personal
find
problem
as
to me.
many topics on this. You know, I mean, some's got Vietnam era,
Thank you,
some
B.
Korean era, some of them from Germany. You know, World War II. I think Jimmy Stewart. I think that's the most famous I've ever seen. Jimmy Stewart signed a note that somebody had. So, I mean, you can get them. They're, as far as I know, do you know, Brad, was World War II the most? I mean, when did short snorters start? I think they started World War II. I don't remember any. I know of any before then.
Frank said they were started in the 1920s, but I've never heard that, so I don't know. But I think they were most popular in World War II.
Okay.
Okay.
Mean One just sent you a message at 4:53, Robert.
Yeah, I know. Mean One just hold on. Mean One, let's see here. Can you just send me a email?
I didn't want to say.
You'll have to do it quick because we're almost done with this.
Well, okay, Robert, that can be so also.
Have a dime or something.
I'm looking at something else right now, guys. I'm on a different channel.
I'm working on bringing back the rusty nail.
What, the alcoholic drink?
Yeah. It was the drink of the Rat Pack. So, it's fallen out of favor. I'm bringing back the rusty nail, baby.
They're actually good. Not bad. It's back before they had all the flavored alcohols, Brad. They have so many flavored alcohols now. It's ridiculous.
No, the rusty nail is Scotch and Dram Brewery.
Right.
Equal
Okay.
parts.
Right. Okay.
With a twist.
But now they have flavored alcohols. They have an alcohol that tastes like whipped cream, Brad.
Yeah. That's
It's
something I'm gonna want.
ridiculous. It's so good, it's ridiculous.
No,
Call it should not be booze, is what I call it. That should not be booze. So, women love it. You want a bunch of drunk women in a room? Give them some whipped cream liquor. Holy moly. I'm just saying. I have experience in that field. Coins. Did they, Charles? They all quit? A lot of them quit coins? Really? I'm never going to quit it. Why are you showing us 4? Are you 4 years old? I'm only 4 years old.
I'm telling Robert.
4 minutes is what he's saying, B.
I'm only 4 years old. That's what little kids do, Brad. You know, we have a little private chat thing over here on the side where you can.
I never pay attention to that, B.
Well, I noticed you sent me one in the other chat. It was like, hey, me, pay attention, woman. I know.
They call that for you there, Brad.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of which, Robert, how's that grandson of yours? He's so cute. The one with the glasses, he looked just like him. I think he does. He's gonna look just like Robert.
You just seen him not too long ago. Went out.
He's a cutie.
Amanda brought him over, so had a good time. That's
He's
good.
so cute. You guys, he looks like a mini Robert, only young, a little mini Robert. He looks just like him. I go, that's got to be his grandson because he looks just like him.
Well, I haven't seen him. Does he only have one leg too?
Oh, man.
Why do you got to say that kind of stuff, Brad? Most people think it, but it doesn't come out of their mouth. They just think that stuff. Okay? It's called a filter, Brad. You don't just. Ay, caramba.
Okay, David, I'll let you take us out of here. Okay.
Okay, thanks. Thank you, everybody, for being here today. Frankie, don't forget to send me those gold rings. Robert, thanks for hosting this podcast. B, thank you so much for the medieval presentation. Brad, thank you for the John Riddell presentation. And we'll see everybody next week.
Hey, everybody. I want to thank you all for coming because I appreciate it every week. And I'm sure Robert does too. And I want to thank David for everything and thank Brad for all his wonderful information and Robert for hosting this show. I have a good time every week. And I want you to all come to the Ohio show next time so I can meet y'all. Nick, take care of yourself. Don't listen to him. Don't roll your eyes unless it's for exercise. And I love you, honey. And I love you all. And I'll see you guys all next week. Bye.
Paulie, I like what you had to say earlier. I think Telly Savalas has more hair than Robert. Well, thank you all for another enjoyable week here on the podcast. We appreciate you coming by. Have a great one. And like B says, think about coming to Cincinnati in July for the show. We'll have a great time. So everybody, good night and see you later.
Okay, everyone. I don't know. I need to take and get rid of it. It's too long for me, but hey, I don't mind Telly Savalas. I thought about taking, and I'm okay with that. It's sort of kind of a pain in my ass, but that's just me. Okay, everybody. Thank you so much for stopping by. We appreciate it. Each and every one of you guys. Thank you, B. That was a wonderful presentation. I appreciate that very much. I know, David, you'll do a great job on the short snorter. And like I said, me and you'll get together and I'll let you know what little bit of information I know. And Brad, thank you for being Brad. That's, man, I can't, no, good presentation. I appreciate the information. A lot of people, it's great with the information, and that's awesome. So thank you guys. We'll see you guys right here tomorrow, hopefully, on the channel. We're going to take in that 7 o'clock. We're going to have a nice little sale, so I hope it's in. Take care. Have a wonderful evening. And if you happen to be looking at coins, everybody, happy hunting. Good night, all.